Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Abhramam Bhangarahitam, Achadam Vimalam Sada, Ananda Tirthamatulam, Bhaje Tapatrayapaham. Tapaswadhyaya Shushrusha, Krishna Puja Ratam Munim, Vishvesham Ishtadam Vande Parivrat Chakravartinam. Yah piban satatam Ramacharitamrita Sagaram Atraptastam Munim Vande Prachetasam Akalmasham Hayagriva Vadet Tasya Nissarate Vani Janhukanya Pravahavat. We will start from next shloka where Rama starts to Siddhavana along with Lakshmana and Vishvamitra. That part now today we will see. Vishvamitro Yaya Vagre
Vishvamitro Yaya Vagre
Tato Ramo Mahayashaha
Tato Ramo Mahayashaha
Kakapaksha Dhanvi
काकपक्षधरो धन्वी
Tancha Saumitri Ranvagat.
तंच सौमित्री रन्वगात्.
The sequence of this company or entourage is first Vishvamitra, then Rama, then Lakshmana. Vishvamitraha Agreyayav. He started first, that means he led the yatra. Agreyayav, he is the first among these three. Tataha Ramaha. Then Rama followed Vishvamitra. Mahayashaha. Rama is well known, great fame. Rama had great fame. That's why Mahayashaha Ramaha Tataha Yayo. Tataha Tamanu Vishwamitra Manu Yayo. And there are two more adjectives to Rama. Kakapaksho Dharo Dhanvi. And Rama is having Kakapaksha. As we have seen already, Kakapaksha means the side locks that hang on both sides of cheeks and the upper parts of ears. Kakapaksho Dharo Dhanvi. And he had his bow, Dhanus. The person who is having Dhanus is called as Dhanvi. Tancha Saumitrihi Anvagat. And Saumitri, actually there are two sons of Sumitra, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. But Saumitri name is more applied to Lakshmana. So Saumitri means it is mostly Lakshmana. Tancha Saumitrihi Anvagat. Saumitrihi, the son of Sumitra, that is Lakshmana. He followed Tam Ramam. Anvagat, he followed. Now this is the sequence. And Kakapaksha Dhanvi. These two adjectives are given to Rama, but it does not mean that Lakshmana was left. Both of them were so. कलापिनो धनुष्पाणि शोभयानो दिशो दश विश्वामित्रं महात्मानं त्रिशीर्षाविव पन्नगौ. Ramayana, it gives a simile that these two brothers, they followed Vishwamitra like two serpents who had three heads. Trishirshaviva Pannagau. The Trishirshaviva Pannagau, the significance of this simile is that a ordinary serpent is very ordinary. So the serpent that has got three heads, three hoods is something special. So these are two special sons of Dasharatha. Now they are following Vishwamitra. They started from Ayodhya. So where they went, now this way, or the places they visited in between is narrated in the next few shlokas. Adhyardhayojanam gatva
अध्यर्धयोजनं गत्वा
अध्यर्धयोजनं गत्वा
sarayva dakshine tate
सरयुवा
सरयुवा
दक्षिणे तटे
rameti madhuram vaणीं
रामेति
रामेति
मधुरां
मधुरां
वाणी
वाणी
विश्वामित्रोऽभ्यभाषत.
विश्वामित्रोऽभ्य भाषत.
भाषत.
They started from Ayodhya and they traveled on the southern bank of the Sarayu for 1.5 yojanas. Just it means that they crossed the city limits, because the city of Ayodhya is mostly on the the northern banks of Sarayu. Isn't it? Anybody has visited Ayodhya now? Mostly
Yes,
it is.
yes, yes. It's true. Yes.
So you are now in Ayodhya. So that is the power of narration of Valmiki. So when he says they are crossing the Sarayu and they are on the southern bank of Ayodhya, Sarayu, just Adhyartha Yojana, Ardha, Adhyartha, Adhikam Ardham, Yasya Tat Adhyartham. The Yojana, something like 7 or 9 kilometers is called Yojana. So that is added with half Yojana. So Adhikam Ardham, the one Yojana which has got one half of Yojana. So that is called Adhyartha Yojana. So they traveled for a distance of 1.5 yojana from Ayodhya. So Gatva Sarayva Dakshine Tate. They stood on the southern bank of Sarayu Nadi. And Rameti Madhuram Vanim Vishwamitrobhya Bhashata. Vishwamitra now spoke to Rama. Rama, some Madhuram Vanim. Of course, whoever speaks or whoever utters the word Rama, it is always very pleasant. Now Vishwamitra uttered the sweet word Rama. That means he addressed Rama and Lakshmana, not only Rama. So the Vishwamitra, he wanted to give Upadesha of two astras to Rama, that he should not be troubled by the power of these Rakshasas, Maricha and Subahu. So he wanted to give mantras to Rama. Which mantras? That is in the next shloka. Hmm. Grahana Vatsa Salilam
Grahana
Grahana Vatsa
Salilam
Salilam
Mabhut Kalasya Paryayaha
Mahbhut
Kalasya
Kalasya
Paryayaha
Paryayaha
Mantragramam Grahanatvam
Mantragramam
Mantragramam
Grahanatvam
Grahanatvam
Balam Atibalam Tatha.
Balam
Balam
Atibalam Tatha.
Rama is still child compared to the age of Vishvamitra. So he is addressing Rama, oh child, my dear child, Grahana Salilam, you take water in your hands. Because before Upadesha of any mantra, there should be proper procedure. He has to do Achamana and Pranayama. Then only he will receive the mantra. And that is the tradition. So, Grahana Salilam, take water in your hand. Mabhut Kalasya Paryayaha. There should be no delay. Immediately you take, because they started from the palace and they have traveled for 1.5 yojanas. Now it is more or less evening. So you should be safe. By having this mantra should be able to protect you. Of course, Vishvamitra is a great Rishi. He knows Rama is the Sakshat Vishnu. But it does not mean that he has to follow some of the procedures of this world. So Rama, he is now to be given these mantras. That's why he is calling, let there be no delay. Mabhut kalasya paryayaha. Kalasya of time. Paryayaha, delay. Mabhut should not be. Now, because it is all before this evening, everything should be done. That's why he is worried about the delay. If they are delayed, then the evening will come and they will not be able to have Upadesha. Now, mantragramam grahanatvam. You take all the mantras from me. Mantra, it is mantra. What is grama? Grama is the group. So even these gramas, villages, they are all groups of people living together. That's why it is called grama. So mantragramam, you receive grahanatvam. Grahana, you receive. Take. Tvam, you take this mantragramam, the group of mantras, all the mantras from me. Balam Atibalam Tatha. Bala and Atibala. These are two special mantras that Vishvamitra had been given by his tapasya and his tradition. So he wanted to give these two mantras to Rama also. So what is the purpose of these mantras? That is in the next shloka. It is all narrated in the next shloka. Bala and Atibala. Very secretive mantras. Nobody knows nowadays. Now you take this Bala and Atibala. What will happen if you take this Bala and Atibala? Next shloka. Nashramo najvaro vate
Nashramo
Nasramo
Najvaro
Najvaro
Vate
Vate
na rupasya viparyayaha
Narupasya
Narupasya
Viparyayaha
Viparyayaha
na bahvo sadrusho virye
Na Baho
Bahosatrisho
Sadrusho
Virye
Virye
prithivyam asti kaschana
Prathivyam
Prithivyam
Asti
Asti
Kachana
Kaschana
Trishu lokeshu vai Rama
Trishu
Trishu
lokeshu
lokeshu
vai
vai
Rama
na bhavet sadrishastvaya.
na
na
bhavet
bhavet
sadrishastvaya.
sadrishastvaya.
It is sadrishastvaya, but in the other versions, sadrishastava. There is no much difference in the meaning. If you have this mantras, Balaa and Atibalaa, they are very powerful. You will never be troubled by fatigue. You will not be tired at all in your whole life. Najvaraha, you will not be troubled by this fever. Na shramaha bhavet, najvaraha bhavet. Te rupasya viparyeha na bhavet. So always it is, form is changing. When you are young, you will be beautiful, attractive, handsome. But when they grow up and become aged, then their hairs they become white and all the our face will be defaced. All these things they happen. This is the power of time. But if you have this mantra, na rupasya viparyeha, there will be no change. Rupasya, your form, viparyeha, change, na bhavet. It will never happen. You will be always young, always handsome, very beautiful. Na bahvo sadrusho virya. And there will be nobody in this world who will be equal to you. Bahvo sadrushaha virya. Bahvo virye sadrushaha na bhavet. There will be nobody equal to you in the power of your shoulders, your hands. Arms, we can say. So, bahvoho virye sadrushaha na bhavet. Prathivyam asti kashchana na asti. There is no such person who can match you in your power, in the might of your arms. There is no such person. Trishu lokeshu vai Rama na bhavet. But there will be no body equal to you in this whole three worlds if you have this mantras. Na bhavet sadrushastvaya. There will be no person who is equal to you in these three worlds. Nobody will be equal to you. You will have such powers because of this mantras. This is what Vishvamitra said to Rama. Shrama, Jvara, Rupa Viparya, it will not happen. There will be, there, at present, you are very powerful. There is no one equal to you. And there will not be anyone equal to you in all these three worlds. So, why? Because it is the power of Balaa and Atibalaa. That is there in the Ramayana. Balaa Atibalanchaiva Pathatas Tata Raghava. And it also continues, if you daily recite this Balaa and Atibalaa mantra, there will not be anybody who can trouble you. And your Saubhagya, your Bhagya, that will be very much high. Na Dakshinya. Dakshinya means kindness and your donorship. Na Jnane Buddhi Nishchaye. And your Jnana will be high. There will be nobody equal to you. Buddhi Nishchaye and your intellectual power, knowledge, both will be high. Nottare Prativaktavye. Samo Loke Tavanagha. And nobody will be equal to you in answering a question. Your answers will be so great there will not be any person who can equal you. Balaa Atibalaa chaiva sarvajnanasya mataro. And he says, Bala and Atibala, these are two mothers of all kinds of knowledges. Take these two mantras. Shutpipase nate rama bhavishyete narottama. And if you continue recite these two mantras every day, you will not be troubled even by hunger and thirst. Totally free from all these troubles. The most terrible problem that we face is hunger and thirst. For that, we are doing all the dramas here in this world. But if it is not troubling, then we will be totally happy. We will not be troubled by anything else. But that is not possible without this Bala and Atibala that Vishvamitra gave only to Rama. Okay. And these mantras are given to whom? These mantras are given to only Rama, not even to Lakshmana. Do you understand the capacity, the deservedness of the person who can have such mantras? And Vishwamitra says, Pitamaha Sute Hyete Vidye Tejas Samanvite. These two mantras are the two daughters of Pitamaha, that is Brahmaji. Because you deserve to take these two mantras. You have all the qualities in you, but just I wanted to give these two mantras to you. Tapasa Sambhrate Chaite Bahurupe Bhavishyatah. Please take. You will be protected by all these things and you will be totally invincible. So please take these two mantras. It is the insistence of Vishwamitra. Rama accepted and he took these two mantras. He had learned these two mantras. That is in the next shloka. Tato Ramo Jalam Spurštva
Ramo
Ramam
jalam sprishtva
Prahrštavadana Shuchihi
prahrishtvadana shruchihi
Pratijagraha te vidye
pratijagraha te vidye
Maharshir Bhavitatmanah.
maharshir bhavitatmanah.
Then Rama touched water, or he is just holding the water on his hand, and because of the power of water, he is now purified. Praharštavadanaha, happy. He is beaming with confidence or happiness. Praharštavadana, his face is beaming. Partijagraha, he learned, he took. Te vidya, it is in the Dvivachana, dual mode. Te vidya, vidya vidyaha, vidyam vidyaha. So he took these two vidyas. He learned these two vidyas. From whom? Maharshir Bhavitatmanah. From the Maharshi, Vishwamitra. Bhavitatmanah, who has mastered the secret of the soul. Bhavitaha Atma Yena Saha Bhavitatma. The soul means is the Paramatma. And that Paramatma's knowledge is completely understood by this Vishwamitra Rishi. That's why he is called as Bhavitatma. Bhavitaha Upasitaha Atma Paramatma Vishnu. Yena saha bhavitatma. So this Rama, he took mantropdesha from this Rishi, great Rishi, Maharshi, Vishvamitra. Prati Jagraha te vidya. These two are vidyas. But whereas P.P.S. Shastri has translated as learned these two arts. They are not arts. Art, the whole of Indian Shastras have become arts only because of this British people. They started BA, Bachelor of Arts, MA, Master of Arts. And somebody is studying Nyaya Shastra. Nyaya Shastra is the most difficult discipline to
They think that
have mastery. And now, if we follow British people, this Nyaya Shastra becomes art. How it is art? Even if somebody is reading economics, he is studying economics, he will get BA economics, Bachelor of Arts. What is the art in the economics? Of course, many people may argue that minting money is also art, but that is another thing. Economics is not art. So all the old styles, they come. Let us not be troubled by all these things. But Rama, he got Upadesh of these two mantras from Vishvamitra. Both were happy now because Dasharatha was very much disturbed that Rama will not be able to face these Rakshasas. The Rakshasas, they are very great in warfare, very powerful. Rama will not be able to face them. But Vasishtha said, no, there is Vishvamitra, he will make some techniques, so you will not be able to, you should not worry. Rama will not be defeated by these Rakshasas. So Vishvamitra made his mind and gave all the mantras that he had. Vishvamitra gave all the mantras that he had from his tradition. Now Rama became high, powerful, and is now is shining like India shining in the time of Vajpayee. Vidya samudito Ramaha
Vidya samudito Ramaha
Sushubhe Bhuri Vikramaha
सुशुभे भूरि विक्रमः
Sahasra Rashmir Bhagavan
सहस्ररश्मिर्भगवान्
Sharadiva Divakaraha.
Sharadiva
शरदीव
Divakaraha.
दिवाकरः.
Now Vidya Samuditaha Rama, because he has got these two great Vidyas, these two great mantras. Now Samudita, he is now rising. Rama is rising. Vidya Samudita. Udita means he is rising. Or he is shining, resplendent with this knowledge of these two mantras. Bhuri Vikramaha, Ramaha Shushubhe. Now Rama got his powers enhanced. And now he is Shushubhe. He shone. There is no word called shined. This only he is now shining like sun. The sun, he will be very much pale in the time of monsoon because all the clouds, they hide the sun. So when this monsoon is over, when this Sharad Ritu comes, there will not be clouds on the sky. So this sun, Divakaraha, he will be shining with all his 1000 rays, Sahasra Rashmihi. All his 1000 rays will be shining all over the world. Bhagavan now is having high power. Sharadi, Sharat Kale, Eva, like in the Sharat Kala, in the autumn. I don't think this autumn and all other words are equal to what this Sharad means, but somehow okay. After the monsoon, whatever the season comes, that is called as Sharad. There will not be rains, and at the same time, it is not too cold. It is the midline of hot and cold seasons. So that is very auspicious time. That is why Navaratri and all other things are observed in this Sharad Ritu. So Sharad Ritu, sun will be high in the sky, but at the same time he is not so sharp as he was in the Grishma Ritu, in the May and June. Grishma Ritu, he is little bit in the mid path now. When he crosses to the left, the Dakshina, he will be more milder. So now he is not sharper, not milder, he is in the mid path. That simile is given to Rama. Rama is shining now. Because of the power of these mantras. Now what happened next? That is narrated in the next shloka. Ushustam rajanim tire
Stam Rajanim Tire
saraivam sasukham trayah.
Sarayuvam Sasukham Trayah.
It is different, reading is different. Saraiva susukham trayah.
Sarayuvam
Saraiva susukham trayah.
Susukham Trayah.
Prabhatayantu sharvaryam
Prabhatayantu sarvayam
Sarvayam
Vishvamitro Mahamunihi
Vishvamitro Mahamunihi
Abhyabhashata Kakustau
Abhyabhashata Karputau
Shayanau Parna Samstare.
Shayanau Parna Samstare.
And they had crossed the Ayodhya. Now there is no palace. Where they spend their first night outside the city. Ushustam Rajanim Tire Sarayuvaha. They spend their night on the bank of Sarayu. Sarayuvaha Tire Rajanim Ushuhu. Tam Rajanim Ushuhu. That night they spent on the bank of Sarayu. In the southern bank, of course. Susukham. It was very pleasant. There was no unwanted incident, untoward incident. Nothing happened. They spent their night with pleasure, with happiness. I don't know what they ate that night. They might have brought something from Ayodhya also, but it is not here. Or they, Vishvamitra, with his great power, he might have done something for them. And now, whatever that is available in the forest, they might have got it, few fruits and water, water of sarayau. But anyhow, it was very pleasant night. Trayaha Ushuhu. All these three, they spent their night on the banks of Sarayu. And then what will happen next? They are sleeping. If anybody sleeps, then what will happen? The day, the dawn that appears in the morning, it dawns on them. Dawns means the Ushakala will come. It will put rays on these people. Prabhatayantu Sharvaryam. Now Sharvari is lit up. It is the last part of night. And Prabhata. Prabhata means it is now lit up. Light is making way into the night. That is the Ushakala. Arunodaya Kala we can think. Because when Aruna, he rises, he makes the first light of the day. So the night itself is lit up now. Then Vishvamitra Mahamuni, Vishvamitra, he got up and he spoke to these Rama Lakshmana who were still sleeping on the bed of leaves. See, these are the two sons of great King Dasharatha. They had not spent their life in forest earlier. It is the first time. And where they were sleeping? On which they are sleeping? They were sleeping on bed of leaves. So they must be courageous. They must be ready for the hardships in the life. So that should be the courage and the integrity of these two sons of Dasharatha. So they were Parana Samstare. Parana is the leaves, Samstara is the bed. So Parana Samstare, on the bed of these leaves, Shayano, they were sleeping. These two Kakusthav, it is on the Dvivachana, Dvitiya Vibhakti Dvivachana. These two Kakusthas, Abhyabhashata, Vishvamitra spoke. He called this Kakusthas. Why they are called Kakustha? Why they are called Kakustha? The Kakustha word that appears in Ramayana again and again. But why they are called so? Do you know it? Because there was a king in the Surya Vamsha who was named as Kakustha, and all his descendants, they are all called Kakustha. Like Dasharathi. Rama is called Dasharathi because he is the son of Dasharatha. The first syllable, it becomes lengthened. Dasharatha becomes Da, Dasharathi. In the same manner, the descendants of Kakutstha are called Kakutstha. Because one person, he is called Kakustha because what is Kakut? Kakut is the hump of a bull, and that person, he stood on the hump of this bull. That's why he was called Kakustha. This Kakustha is the ancient king of Suryavamsha, and he was fighting with Daityas. At the time, he rode a bull and he stood on the Kakut of a bull, the hump of a bull. And Indra himself had become bull for him. And this Kakutstha, he waged war. He fought Daityas, sitting on the hump of this Indra, the Indra bull. So that way, that person is called as Kakutstha, and all his descendants, they were called Kakutsthas. Now, Vishvamitra, is addressing them as Kakutstho. Vishwamitra is calling this Kakutstho. What he is calling? It is very famous shloka in the Ramayana. Even many people who haven't heard this Ramayana or anything else, then they must have heard this shloka because of the our great Subbulakshmi's singing prowess. She sung this shloka in her Suprabhata, Pancharatna Kirtanas, in Vishnu Sahasranam, and everything is in one cassette. So there may be many people among you who can sing this shloka very well. Kausalya Supraja Rama
Kausalya Supraja Rama
Purva Sandhya Pravartate
Purva Sandhya Pravartate
Uttishta Narashardula
Uttishta Narashardula
Kartavyam Daivamanhikam.
Kartavyam Daivamanhikam.
Now he is calling whom? He is addressing Rama. Kausalya Supraja. Supraja. Praja is the son of a child. Supraja, Vardhi son of Kausalya. O Rama, you are the Vardhi son of Kausalya. Please get up. Why you need to get up is Purva Sandhya Pravartate. The early dawn is approaching. There is no early dawn, only dawn. But Sandhya, there are two kinds of Sandhya, Prata Sandhya and Sayam Sandhya. So what is Sandhya? Sandhya is in the midline between the morning and night. And again, it is the midline between the day and night. That's why both are Sandhyas, Prata Sandhya and Sayam Sandhya. So we need to worship these Sandhyas. That's why Prata Sandhya Vandana and Sayam Sandhya Vandana. Sandhi means it is the mid mark. It is the meeting point of two, night and the morning, night and the day, and night. So there are two Sandhyas. This is the Purva Sandhya. Now the Purva Sandhya is rising, it is approaching. There is no early dawn and evening dawn. Dawn is only one dawn, that is in the morning dawn. So Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Now it is approaching the day's meeting time. Sandhikala is approaching. Uttishta Narashardula. Please get up. Please wake up. Rise up. Narashardula. You are the tiger among the men. Kartavyam Daivam Anhikam. Kartavyam. It should be observed. What should be observed? Daivam Anhikam. The activity of the day related to Devatas should be performed now. Divine worship should be done now. Anhikam, what is Anhika? Anhibhavam Anhikam. It is the work of the day. Or normally Anhika means it is comprising Sandhya Vandana, Deva Puja, etc. What is performed in the morning and also in the evening. Sayam Anhika and Pratara Anhika. So Anhika is always about Sandhya Vandana and Puja, etc. So Kartavyam Daivam Anhikam. Because Daiva Anhika and Pitra Anhika, Paitraka Anhika, Paitraka Anhika is normally performed afternoon. All the things, all the worships, all the upasanas, all the pujas related to Devata should be performed before this midday, around 12 o'clock. All the Devata puja should finish before 12 o'clock. That is the morning time, ante midday. And Devata Karya, after the Devata Karya, one should perform the Pitr Karyas. That is PM, post midday or whatever they call for PM. So Shraddha, etc., it starts after 12 o'clock, normally, approximately. So Daiva Manhikam, it is the Anhika related with Devatas, has to be performed now. Please rise up. So Vishvamitra is addressing Rama. Addressing Rama in this shloka. But in the previous shloka, what it is said? Rama and Lakshmana both are addressed. Abhyabhashaka kakutstho shayano paranasamstare. He is going to address both of them, Rama and Lakshmana. But why he is addressing only Rama here in this shloka? Kausalya supraja Rama purva sandhya pravartate. Uttishta narasharatula. Kartavyam dayamannikam. He could have addressed both of them. Why he did not address both? Why? What must be the reason? What must be the reason?
Because Rama was Jeshta and the responsibility fell on him more than Lakshmana.
This is one answer. But Vishwamitra's intention is always Ramanama Smarana. He wanted to take Rama only because he wanted to have more proximity to Rama. Although it is said Putra Hitartham. It is not Putra Hitartham, it is the Hitartha of Vishwamitra. Okay. तेषां निग्रहणे शक्तः स्वयं च कुशिकात्मजः तव पुत्र हितार्थाय त्वाम् उपेत्य अभियाचते. Vasishtha said, it is for the sake of your son's good that Vishwamitra has come here and asking the company of your son. Tava putra hitarthaya. Of course, this word is very clear. For the good of son. But there is a beauty of Sanskrit. Putra hitarthaya, it may mean the hita of putra. Putrasya hitam, putra hitaya iti putra hitartha, tasmai putra hitarthaya, for the good of son. Or it may mean Tava putra hitarthaya, putrat hitam, putra hitam. The good because of putra. The good thing that happens to putra, it is putra se hitam. But the good thing that happens to the whole world because of this putra is putrat hitam, putra hitam. So that is the beauty of Sanskrit language. It looks something like that, something else, but there will be some other intention. So Vishwamitra is taking the help of this Rama and Lakshmana for the sake of this whole three worlds, not for the Rama, not even for the Vishwamitra. The whole world has to be protected. When one encounter is done, all the rowdies will be terrified. So they wanted to have one encounter first time. That's why he is now, the word has to spread all over the underworld now. That's why Rama is being taken to Siddhavana by Vishvamitra. So there will be good thing because of your son. Putrat hitam. The good to the world will happen from your son. That's why Tava Putra Hitarthaya Tvamupetya Abhiyachate. So it is the intention. Now, what happened now? Uttishta Narasardula Kartavyam Dayamanhikam. It is the call of Vishvamitra, and immediately Tasyarashehe Paramodaram.
Tasyarsheh Parmodaram.
Tasyarsheh Paramodaram.
तस्य श्रे परमोदारं
Tasyarsheh Paramodaram.
Vachashrutva Nrupatmajau.
वचः श्रुत्वा नृपात्मजौ
Vachau.
Snatva Kratodakau Veerau.
स्नात्वा कृतोदकौ वीरौ
Repatuhu. Oh, it is something different. Gamanayabhitastatuhu.
Gamayavidastatu.
गमनायाभितस्ततुः
Okay, then what happened? Tasya Rishehe Paramodaram Vachaha. These two sons of King Dasharatha, they heard great words of this Vishvamitra. Hearing the profound speech. What is the profound speech? The Vishvamitra just called, please rise up and we need to proceed. The dawn is approaching. We need to get up. So what is the Paramodara? What is the great speech? How it is termed as great speech? But what is the intention of Valmiki in calling this great speech? You can understand it. This is the first time that Vishvamitra is introducing Rama to the outer world. That's why he says, please get up, Rama, show your power to the whole world. Kartavyam Daivamanhikam. It is your divine work that you need to show to the whole world. All the underworld should be terrified by your great power. So that is the real intention. It is not simply, please get up and you need to please brush your teeth and you need to go and have a coffee and go. It is not something like that. So that's why it is called as Tassarashehe Paramodaram Vachashrutva Nrupatmaju. Purva Sandhya Pravartate, it is dawn is approaching. That means your first thing in the life, your first show of valor is approaching. Uttishta, now you have to rise up. Kartavyam Daivamannikam. It is, you have descended here to perform the duty of Devatas, duty for Devatas. It is not the duty of Devatas, it is duty for Devatas. Now you have to get up. That's why Tasya Rishehe Paramodaram Vacha. This is the great speech of this Rishi. Paramodaram Vachaha Shrutva. They heard the speech of this great Rishi, these Nrupatmajo sons of this great king Dasharatha. Snatva. They had their bath. Kratodakau Veerau. What Kratodakau? They made water. Making what? Water. How it is possible? Making offerings of water. That is the Suryarghya and all the japa. Japa is also counted in the next shloka. Jayapatah Paramam Japam. They all they recited the Gayatri mantra. They made Upasthana of Surya. Now they touched the feet of Vishvamitra. They started. Gamanaya Abhitastatuhu. They Gamanaya for travel. Abhitastatuhu. They prepared themselves. Okay. They started in the morning after finishing their daily Annika. Now we stop here, and in between there is some description about Ganga and all other things, and discussion about the forest now that follows. Many question and answers between Rama and Vishvamitra. All these things are there. We will stop here, and we will resume tomorrow at 8 p.m. Okay. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare